Good morning to you all. This morning I have sample objective questions. 1. What property of sets is shown by P intersection Q union R is equal to P intersection Q union P intersection R? Now, I said for integers, the combination of two more operations, we call it distributive property. When you apply this in sets, we have intersection here and union here, so that makes a distributive property. 2. If s squared is equal to 61 base 8, find x. So we have s squared is equal to 61 base 8. So s squared is equal to, we change this one to base 10. It becomes 6 times 8 plus 1 times 8. So you start naming the powers 0, 1. S squared is equal to 6 times 8 plus 1 times, and then number raised to the power 0 is 1. So s squared is equal to 48 plus 1. So s squared, we have 49. And anytime you have something like this, you square root both sides because we want x, not x squared. So s is equal to 7. Our answer is 7. So 7 is our answer. Question 3. Which of the following set of numbers is a Pythagorean triple? When we talk of Pythagorean triple, always, you see I have given you 3 numbers. The sum of the square of the first 2 numbers will be equal to the square of the third number. I'm taking it again. The sum of the squares of the first 2 numbers should be equal to the square of the third number. Now let's take 2, 4, 8. What is 2 square? 2 square is equal to 4. 4 square is equal to 16. And 8 square is equal to 64. So 4 plus 16, are you getting 20? No. Here is 64. This means it's wrong. Let's take B. We have 3 squares. So 3 square, 9. 4 square, we have 16. 5 square is what? 25. Once you sum this up, it should equal to the third number. So our answer is B. Question 4. The transformation represented by the mapping xy maps to negative yx is always once this point it turns upside down, we call it rotation. Take note. Once it turns upside down, it's rotation. So this means reflection is out. So I want to show you how you will get your answer. For rotation, we have anti-clockwise and clockwise. So for anti-clockwise, you start from 270, 180, 90. Here is 90, 180, 270. So this is your original point. You start turning because it's rotation. So yx, this will turn to yx. No, it tends to become sy, and the sy tends to become ys. So you construct a zigzag backwards. And wherever this line passes through, you negate it. So here is negative, negative, negative. So now we have negative yx. You check your table. So this is negative yx. So we have anti-clockwise 90 and clockwise 270. So let's go and check. We have 90 degrees clockwise rotation about the origin and 90 degrees anti-clockwise rotation about the origin. So our answer is D, looking through our table. So I just wanted to prove it to you. Question 5. If cos P is equal to 3 over 5, where P is greater than 0 but less than 90 degrees, find the value of tan P over cos P. This is under trigonometry. So under trigonometry, question like this, we use right angle, triangle. We know this as hypotenuse, adjacent, and opposite. So now we have cos P. Cos P, we have SOHCAHTOA. so, ka, tua. This is sine, cos, and this is tan. And once we have so, this means it's opposite over hypotenuse. So is opposite over hypotenuse. Ka is adjacent over hypotenuse. And tua, we have the last two words as opposite over adjacent. So we have a formula for each. Because I'll be applying this one here. That's why I've written so ka tua. So we have cos p is equal to 3 over 5. What is ka? Ka, we have adjacent over hypotenuse. The number on top, that's this 3, we have cos p as this. This 3 is the adjacent and this 5 is the hypotenuse. So if they gave you sine 3 over 5, this means the number on top is opposite and the number at the bottom is hypotenuse. So now we have 3 as adjacent and 5 as hypotenuse. So where is our adjacent? So here is 3 and hypotenuse is what? It's 5. Now we work out for this portion. We working out for this portion, you use Pythagoras theorem. And for Pythagoras theorem, the sum of the square of both sides is equal to the square of the longest side. So now we have 5 square is equal to 3 square plus, let here be p square. So we have 25 is equal to 9 plus p square. So 25 minus 9 is equal to p square. So p square is equal to 16. So you square root both sides. We have p is equal to 4. P is equal to 4. You have been asked to find tan p over cos p. We already know cos p as 3 over 5. So what is tan p? Our tan p becomes, you know tan, tua, opposite over adjacent. What is our opposite? Our opposite is what? 4. So 4 over adjacent is what? 3. So tan p is 4 over 3 because we are having our opposite as 4 and adjacent as 3. So tan p over cos p. So we have 4 over 3 over 3 over 5. And this is the same as 4 over 3 divided by 3 over 5. So 4 over 3 times this changes to 5 over 3. We find the reciprocal. So 4 times 5 is what? 20 over 9. And 20 over 9 is improper fraction. We change it to mixed fraction. So we have 2 whole number, 2 over 9. Let's check our answer is A. Question 6 is set. So we have 7 plus root 2. 1 plus 5 root 2. So it's 7, 1 plus 5 root 2. You use this one to multiply this one to multiply this one, plus root 2. 1 plus 5 root 2. So 7 times 1 is 7, plus 7 times 5, 35 root 2, plus root 2 times 1 is root 2, plus this times this, we have 5 root 2 squared. Now we are having 5 bracket 2, so 5 times 3 is what? 10. So 7 plus 10, we have 17, plus 35 root 2 plus root 2. Anytime you are having something like this, it's the same as 1 root 2. So this is the same as this. So 1 root 5 is the same as root 5. So 1 is here. So 35 root 2 plus root 2 is 36 root 2. So our answer is 17 plus 36 root 2, which is D. 7. If P negative 7, 8 is reflected in the line s minus 2 is equal to 0, then the coordinates of the image of P are. So now, this is under transformation. And under transformation, we have many formulas, and this is reflection. Reflection in the line s minus 2 is equal to 0. This is the same as s is equal to 0 plus 2, and x is equal to 2. Instead of them to give the question to you in this way, they gave it to you this way. So if you don't know how to approach it, you can't do it. So the formula for this is sy maps to 2a minus x y. So where a is this 2 and s and y are the coordinates. So we have 2. What is a? A is 2 minus. So for the a, you solve for it. So it becomes x is equal to 0 plus 2, s is equal to 2. If they gave it as s is equal to 2, they have given a to use straight. But if you don't take care, you will use this as your s value and it's wrong. Always we use the coordinates as our s and y values. So what is x? X is negative 7. What is y? Y is 8. So 2 times 2 we have 4. Minus 7, 8. So it's 4 plus 7, 8. So we have 11, 8. If they said y minus 2 is equal to 0, the formula becomes xy. So let me write it here. The formula becomes sy mapped to x 2a minus y. This a you can change it to be k, p, m, except x and y. So our answer is 11a. B. Question 8. This is under business maths. The simple interest on 45,000 cedis for 4 years is 4,500 cedis. What is the rate of interest per annum? And now we know the formula for simple interest. Simple interest as principal times rate times time all over 100. So they are asking you to find the rate, and rate, the formula is 100 times interest over principal times time. And when you want time, it's 100 times interest over rate times principal. Always this one, the 100 times interest here is constant on top. It runs through all the formulas. Now let's find the principal. It becomes 100 times interest over rate times time. So you see it's running through this 100 times interest. You have been asked to find the rate. So we know our principal as Ghana cedi 45,000. And our interest is 4,500. 4,500. We know our time as 4 years, but we don't know our rate. So now you choose the first formula. So it becomes 100 times. What is the interest? Interest is 4,500 over what is the principal? 45,000 times time is 4. So this will cancel this 0 will cancel this will cancel this. So 45 goes here 1, 45 goes here 1. We have 10 over 4. 2 goes here 2, 2 goes here 5. And 5 over 2 is the same as 2.5. 2.5. So we have D, 2.5%. Question 9. Simplify 27 raised to the power half times 64 raised to the power 1 over 3 divided by 81 raised to the power 1 over 4. So we have 27 raised to the power half times 64 raised to the power 1 over 3 divided by 81 raised to the power 1 over 4. This in mass is the same as 27 times cube root of 64 divided by 4th root of 81. So you ask yourself, what are the two numbers if when you multiply you get 27? It's 9 and 3, so 9 times 3 times. So we have the cube root of 64, and cube root of 64 is 4 because 4 times 4 times 4 will give us 64 divided by 4th root of 81 is 3. So we are having, this is the same as root 9 times root 3 times 4 divided by 3. So root 9 is 3 root 3 times 4 divided by 3. So we have 3 times 4 as 1, 12 root 3 divided by 3. So this is the same as 12 root 3 over 3. So 3 goes here 1, 3 goes here 4. So we have our answer as 4 root 3. So our answer is B. Question 10 is measurement. Express 13 meters 4 centimeters in kilometers. So 13 meters 4 centimeters, we want it in kilometers. So we know 1000 meters is equal to 1 kilometer. But this one is already in meters. We must change this to meters. And to change this to meters, we know 100 centimeter is equal to 1 meter. So what is 4 centimeters? You don't know. So it becomes 4 centimeters over 100 centimeters times 1 meter. So for you to change it to kilometers, this is already in meters. So you change the centimeters to meters, and that's what I'm changing. This will cancel this. So 4 over 100 is the same as, you move 2 decimal places. So we have 0.04 meters. So 13 meters plus 0.04 meters. So you add. Now we have 0.04 meters here. So meters plus meters we can add. So 13 plus 0.04, we have 13.04 meters. So now, so we have 13 meters and 0.04 meters. If you add, you get 13.04 meters. So it becomes, if 1000 meters is equal to 1 kilometers, 13.04 meters becomes what? You don't know. So if less multiply, so it becomes 13.04 meters over 1000 meters times 1 kilometer. So we have 3 zeros to move. 1, 2, 3. So we have 0.01304 kilometers. This will cancel this. So 0.01304 kilometers. Our answer is D. Question 11. If 5p minus 2k is equal to 19 and 2p plus k is equal to 4, find p plus k. Now this one is simultaneous equation, and under simultaneous equation we have the elimination method and the substitution method. Take note, elimination and substitution method. So we have 5p minus 2k is equal to 19. 2p plus k is equal to 4. So this is equation 1. This is equation 2. Now, you see we are giving you 2 variables, but you must change one letter to the same numbers. We have 5p minus 2k, 2p plus k. So it's easy for us to change this one to 2k. So this means you will multiply equation 2, the whole of equation 2 by 2. Because once you are multiplying k by 2, you should multiply 2p by 2 for 2 by 2. So you multiply equation 2 by 2. So we have 4p plus 2k is equal to 8. So we have a new equation 3. Now that we have this one as 2k and this one as 2k, we can eliminate the k. So we have 5p minus 2k is equal to 19, equation 1. 4p plus 2k is equal to 8, equation 3. So we can say equation 1 plus 3, because this plus this becomes 0. It goes out. So 5p plus 4p, we have 9p plus this is 0. Is equal to 9 plus this, 19 plus 8 rather is 27. So 9p plus 0 is 9p is equal to 27. We divide through by 9. We have p is equal to 3. Now that we know p is equal to 3, substitute p is equal to 3 in either equation 1 or 3. So now I'm putting it in equation 3. So put p is equal to 3 into equation 3. So we have 4p plus 2k is equal to 8. What is p? It's 3 plus 2k is equal to 8. So 12 plus 2k is equal to 8. We have 2k is equal to 8 minus 12. So let me continue from here. I'm rewriting this one. So 4p plus 2k is equal to 8. We have 4, 3 plus 2k is equal to 8. So 12 plus 2k equal to 8. So 2k is equal to, so 8 minus 12. You take this one to the right hand side. 2k is equal to negative 4. You divide 2 by 2. We have k is equal to negative 2. Now we know p as 3 and k as negative 2. And they have asked you to find p plus k. So p plus k. So p is 3 plus negative 2. So p 3 plus negative 2, we have 1. Our answer is 1. Question 12 is vectors. So we have OA is equal to 3, 5. And AB, we have 1, 4. So you have been asked to find OB. So you see, they gave you this question. And this question is column vectors. Column vectors. So we have AB, it will be OB minus OA. Now what is AB? AB is 1, 4. Is equal to, we don't know OB. Minus what is OA? OA is 3, 5. So you move this one here, it becomes 1, 4 plus 3, 5 equal to OB. So it's 1 plus 3, you add the numbers on top and the numbers at the bottom. 4 plus 5 is equal to OB. So we have OB to be 4, 9. OB is 4, 9. The answer is 8. Question 13. Which of the following mappings is a function? Which of the following mappings is a function? And when we talk of function, always one element in the domain maps to only one element in the codomain. The first circle is the domain, and this one is the codomain. Take note. Looking carefully, you see one is having only one element here, one member here. 2 also has one member in the codomain, and 3 is also having one member. So it's a function. II, you see we have PQR in the domain, and this is the codomain. They are all having only one member. Let's take III. X is having only one member, but Y is having 2 members. So this doesn't make it a function, because for function, always one member in the domain should map to only one member in the codomain. So our answer is I and II, because the members in the domain has only one members in the codomain. So it's I and II. C. Now question 14. 2 power negative n is equal to x. You have been asked to find 2 power n. And this one is the same as 1 over 2 power n is equal to x. So once there is equal to here, you cross multiply. And to cross multiply, this is over 1. So we have 2 power n x is equal to 1 times 1. So 2 power n x is equal to 1. So we want 2 power n. So you divide 2 by x. This will cancel this. We have 2 power n is equal to 1 over x. You have been asked to find 2 power n. So our answer is B. B is our answer. Question 15. Evaluate in base 2. So to do this, you change both to base 10. After that, the values you get, you substitute it, and you change the answer you get to base 2. Now let us stop. Let's change this to base 10. So we have 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1 base 2 is equal to 1 times 2 plus 0 times 2 plus 0 times 2 plus 1 times 2 plus 1 times 2 plus 1 times 2. We have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 times 2 raised to the power 5 is 32 plus 0 times 16. So this is the same as 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, plus 0 times 8, plus 1 times 4, plus 1 times 2, plus 1 times 1. So 32 plus 0, plus 0, plus 4, plus 2, plus 1. So 32 plus 4 is 36, plus 2, 38, plus 1, 39. So we have 39 here. Let's change this 1, 2 to base 10. 1 times 2 plus 1 times 2. So we have 0, 1. So 1 times 2 plus 1 times 1. Any number raised to the power 0 is 1. So 2 plus 1 we have 3. So now you substitute. We have this to be here. So 39 divided by what? 3. And 39 divided by 3 we have 13. Because 13 times 3 is 39. So you change 13 to base 2 because they have asked you to leave your answer in base 2. So 2 goes into 13, how many? 6 remainder 1. 2 can go into 6. 2 goes into 6, 3 remainder 0. 2 here, 2 goes into 3, 1 remainder 1. 2 goes in 0 remainder 1. So we have 1, 1, 0, 1. Base 2. 1, 1, 0, 1. Let's check our answers. So it's A. 1, 1, 0, 1. 16. Simplify 4 minus s squared over 2x minus s squared, where s is not equal to 0 and s is not equal to 2. So now this is under algebraic expression. So 4 minus x squared over 2x minus x squared. So if you are given a question like this, now we have 4 minus x squared. This 4 is a perfect square. It's a perfect square. So we have 2 squared minus x squared over 2x minus x squared. So this is difference of 2 squares. So under difference of 2 squares, this is what we do is 2 minus x, 2 plus x over 2x minus x squared. So 2 minus x, 2 plus x over, now you factorize this one, x out, we have 2 minus x. So this will cancel this, we have 2 plus x over x. 2 plus x over x, the answer is B. Question 17. The area of a square field is 4y squared. What is the perimeter? What is the perimeter? So we know the perimeter of a square as 4m, but you have been given area of the square field as 4y squared. So you will use the area to find the length, and you know area of a square is length times length, and this is the same as L squared. What is A? A is 4y squared, so equal to L squared. So to get L, you square root both sides. So this will cancel this. L is equal to. So this is the same as. Now we have root 4. Root 4 is what? 2y squared. So we have our length as 2y squared, and perimeter is equal to 4l. So we have 2y squared. So P is equal to 4 times 2 is what? 8y squared. So our answer is 8y squared D. So let's move on to question 18. 18. Express 1 over 25 as a decimal fraction. 1 over 25 as a decimal fraction. So this is how you approach this question. So 1 over 25. So we have, this is the numerator and this is the denominator. So 25 out, 1 here. Can 25 go into 1? No, so you bring 0. points, so you bring 0 here. 25 can't go into 10, you bring another 0. The reason why I'm going the decimal point is that, you see now I introduce another 0, that's why I'm bringing decimal point here. Now let's bring 0. 25 can now go into 100, so 25 goes into 100, what? 4 times 25, 100. If you subtract, you are getting 0. So our answer is 0.04. Is B. 0.04. Question 19. Calculate 102 base 3 times 21 base 3. This is number basis. So let's multiply. So 102 base 3. So 102, 21 base 3. We are multiplying it in base 3. So 1 times 3 is what? 2. 1 times 0, 0. 1 times 1 is 1. So we have 2 times 2 is 4. 3 goes into 4, 1 remains 1. The reason why I'm not writing the 4 is that we are dealing with base 3. So you write 1. So 2 times 0 is 0. You add the 1 here. 2 times 1 we have 2. So we have 2, 1, 2, 2. You add. So 2, 2, 1, 2. The answer is 2, 2, 1, 2. Is B. Question 20 is ratio and proportion. If y is to 28 is equal to 5 is to 7, find y. Question 20 is ratio and proportion. So anytime you see y is to 28 is the same as over, y over. If they give you 2 is to 3, it's the same as 2 over 3. So y is to 28 is equal to 5 is to 7. We have y over 28 equal to 5 over 7. So you cross multiply. We have 7 times y is equal to 28 times 5. So 7y is equal to this times this is 140. So you divide 2 by 7. We have our y to be 20 because this goes here 20. So y is equal to 20. So it's 20 here. Question 21. The bearing of Abuku from Bebeka is 0.55 degrees. What is the bearing of Bebeka from Abuku? So you will add 180 to this 55. You will get 235. But if they give here as maybe 200, you subtract 180 from it, you get 20. Always, if it's more than 180, you subtract 180 from it. But now, you see it's less than 180. So you just add 180 to it. Find the circumference of a circle with the radius 3.5 centimeters. Take pi is equal to 22 over 7. So this is mensuration. And the formula for circumference of a circle is 2 pi r or pi d. It's either you use this one or this one. So now they have asked you to take pi as 22 over 7. Pi is also equal to 3.142. Take note. So the circumference they gave you radius as 3.5. So now we must use the first formula, which is 2 pi r, because radius is given in the question. So it's 2 times 22 over 7 times, what is the radius? 3.5 centimeters. So we have, this goes here 1, this goes here 2, because 3.5 times 2 is 7. 2 goes here 1, 2 goes here 11. 2 times 11, we have 22 centimeters. It's not 22 centimeters square. It's area that is measured in centimeters square or meters square. But we are talking of circumference. So the answer is 22 centimeters. 23. The number of boys in a school is 120. If the ratio of boys to girls is 5 is to 7, find the total number of students in the school. Now we know the number of boys to be 120. And the ratio of boys to girls is 5 is to 7. So a question like this, you first find the total ratio. So we have 5 plus 7, which will give us 12. So if we want to find the total number of students in the school now, we know the number of boys, and the number of boys in the school. Number of boys in the school, we know it as 120. So we use the ratio for boys to calculate for the total number of students in the school. What is the ratio for boys? It's 5 over the total ratio. 4 times x equal to x is the total number of students equal to 120. So we have 5x over 12 is equal to 120. So we have something like this. 5x is equal to cross multiply. So 12 times 120 is 1440. So you divide 2 by 5. You divide 2 by 5. So now this goes here 1. It goes into this 288. So x is equal to 288. That's the total number of students in the school. 288. So you should use the ratio for boys to calculate for the total number of students in the school. Question 24. Express 0.003858 to 3 significant figures. So we have 0.003858 to 3 significant figures. Significant figures start after the 0 digit. So this means you will start from this portion. So we have 0.00. You start counting from this. So we have 3, 8. You check the next number if it's more than 4. Now we realize that it's more than 4. So we add 1 to it. So we have 6. So significant figures always we count after the 0 digit. We have 0.00386. The answer is B. 25. Express 1.25 as a mixed fraction in its lowest term. So 1.25. We have two main approaches in solving this. This one is a whole number. This one is a whole number. And this 25, you see, is two decimal place. So it becomes 25 over 100 because of the two decimal place. Because 25 over 100 will give us 0.25, and this is 0.25. This goes here 1, this goes here 4. So we have one whole number 1 over 4. Or one can also decide to do it like this. You round this to become a whole number, but not a decimal. So it's 125 over 100. And 100 goes here 1, is left with 25 over 100. So this goes here 1, this goes here 4. So there are two main approaches in solving this. So our answer is 1 over 1 over 4. C. Question 26. Kofi is 2 years older than Amma. If the sum of their ages is 16, find Amma's age. Find Amma's age. So let Kofi's age. Kofi's age is equal to x, and Amma's age is equal to y. And they are saying the sum of their ages is what? 16. And Kofi is 2 years older than Amma, so it becomes s minus y is equal to 2. So we have equation 1, equation 2. We now have a simultaneous equation, so we can eliminate this y. So equation 1 plus 2. So this plus this, we have 2x plus this is 0 equal to 18. Because 16 plus 2 is 18. So 2x is equal to 18. You divide 2 by 2. We have x is equal to 9. So we now have Kofi's age as 9. Now let's find Amma's age. Amma's age becomes x plus y equal to 16. So 9 plus y equal to 16. So y is equal to 16 minus 9. We have our y to be 7. Therefore, Amma's age, we have it as 7 years. So it's 7. So this is objectives. Change 1 over 5 to percentage, question 27. And always, to change a fraction to percentage, you multiply the fraction given by 100%. So 1 over 5 times 100%. 5 goes here 1, 5 goes here 20. So it's 20%. Our answer is C. Find the next two numbers in the sequence 2, 5, 9, 14, 20. So this is sequence and series. You see we added 3 to this for us to get 5. So 2 plus 3 is 5. 4 was added to 5 to get 9. So we added 5 to 9 to get 14. And 14 plus 6 is 20. This means 20 you add 7 to it, you get 27. And 27 you add 8 to it, you get 35. So our answer is D. So it's just a pattern. Question 29. The area of rectangle is 18 centimeters square. One of its size is 9 centimeters long. Find its perimeter. You know the area of rectangle is 18 centimeters square. And we know the area as length as breadth. So it's 18 centimeters square is equal to 1 of its side is 9 centimeters times b. So we have 18 centimeters square is equal to 9 centimeters b. So we divide 2 by 9 centimeters. Here by 9 centimeters. This will cancel this. This will cancel this. So we have b is equal to 2 centimeters. You have been asked to find the perimeter. So the formula is 2L plus B, perimeter of a rectangle. So it's 9 centimeters plus 2 centimeters. So we have 11 centimeters. And this is the same as 2 times 11. We have 22 centimeters. Our answer is C. Which of the following is not a quadrilateral? So square, rectangle, rhombus, triangle. The triangle has 3 sides, so it's D. If A star B is equal to 2A minus B, evaluate 4 star 3. This is binary operation. So we have A star B, so that's the formula. And you have been asked to evaluate 4 star 3. This means A is 4 and B is 3. Where you see A, you substitute 4. Where you see B, you substitute 3. So 8 minus 3, we have 5. Our answer is 32. In the Venn diagram, Q is the set of numbers inside the circle, and R is the set of numbers inside the triangle. Find Q intersection R. Now this is the circle. So we have 3, 2, 4, 1, 5 inside the circle, and the triangle 2 is 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the intersection, this means where the circle and the triangle is intersected, we have 1 and 5. So the answer is A. So 33. Express 24 as a product of prime factors. So we have 24. So you ask yourself, what are the two numbers if when we multiply, you get 24, it's 3 and 8. Now you see we cannot break 3 down, but we can break 2 down. So we have 2 times 4 is what? 8. So we can break this 1, 2 down. We want prime numbers, and prime numbers, it has only 2 factors. So now we can break this 1 down, we have 2, 2. So now we have 2, 2, 2, 3. So 2 raised to the power 3 times 3. This is the same as 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24. So the answer is C. We have C as our answer. If n squared plus 1 is equal to 50, find n. So n squared plus 1 equal to 50. So it becomes n squared is equal to 50 minus 1. N squared is equal to 49. So you square root both sides so that this will cancel this one because we are after n. So n is equal to 7. So our answer is 7. Our answer is A. Which of the following is not a prime number? And we know prime numbers, it has only 2 factors. 3 is a prime number because the factors are 1 and 3. 5 is a prime number. 7 is a prime number. But 9 is not a prime number. But 9 is odd number. Find the greatest, into bracket, highest common factor of 35 and 70. So if you are asked to find HCF for 35 and 70, so HCF, so 35, 70, you first find the factors. And factors of 35 we know is 1, 5, 7 and 35. And factors of 71, 2, 2, 5, we have 7, 10, we have 14, 35, and 70. Because 14 times 5 is what? 70. So you find the common factors. Common factors. Now there's that occur here and here. So we have 1. We have 5, 7, and also 35. So what is the highest common factor? The highest one is 35. Because 35 is the greatest. So it's 35. Question 37. A circle has radius 7 centimeters. Find its area. We know the area of a circle as pi r squared. And they have given pi as 22 over 7. So 22 over 7 times 7 centimeters times 7 centimeters. Because it's r squared. This will cancel. So 22 times 7 centimeters times 1 centimeter is 154 centimeters squared. So we have our answer as D. So evaluate this. I've been given this nice question. We have 2 cubed times 3 raised to the power 4 times 3 cubed over 2 raised to the power 2 times 2 times 3 power 5. So this is the same as 2 times 2 times 2. Because 2 is multiplying itself 3 times. Times 3 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 over 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So this will cancel this, this will cancel this, this will cancel this, this cancel this, this cancel this. So let's take 2. This will cancel this, this cancel this, this cancel this. So we have 3 times 3 on top, and 3 times 3 is 9. Our answer is 9. So it's B. The answer is B. Question 39. Expand 6 minus s. Another bracket, we have 6 plus y. You have been asked to expand this. So 6 minus x. 6 plus y. It becomes 6 plus y. This will multiply this, and this too will multiply this. Minus x, 6 plus y. So 6 times 6 is 36 plus 6y. Minus this times this is x. Minus this times this is xy. So we have 36 plus 6y minus 6s minus sy. So our answer is A. Because we have 36 minus 6x plus 6y minus xy. 40. The diagram above shows the construction for copying a given angle. No. Bisecting a line segment. No. This is bisecting a line segment. AB, stand here. This is how you bisect. Stand here. This is how you bisect a line segment. C. Drawing a perpendicular to a given line. No. Bisecting a given angle. Yes, the answer is B. B as our answer. Question 41. You have been given this question, and this is the straight angle. So angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. So it becomes x plus 102 plus 2x equal to 180. This plus this is 3x plus 102 equal to 180. So 3x is equal to 180 minus 102. So 3x is equal to 78. We divide 2 by 3. We have x is equal to. So we have 26. So 26 degrees. D. 42. Find the volume of a cylinder whose height is 7 centimeters and base radius 2 centimeters. So we know the volume of a cylinder as pi r squared h. It becomes 22 over 7 times 2 centimeters times 2 centimeters times 7 centimeters. This will cancel this. So this times this is 44 times this 88. So 88
centimeters cubed, because centimeters is multiplied 3 times. So the SI unit for volume is centimeter cubed. So if the vector m is equal to 3, 2 and n is equal to -1/3, find m minus 2n. So we have m to be 3, 2 and n to be -1/3. So m minus 2n, it becomes 3, 2 minus 2. What is n? -1/3. So 3, 2 minus 2 times -1 is -2. 2 times 3 we have 6. So we have 3 minus 2. 2 minus 6. So minus it becomes 3 plus 2. 2 minus 6. So 3 plus 2 we have 5. And 2 minus 6 is -4. So our answer is 5 and 4. D. We have D as our answer. A polygon bounded by 7 sides is called heptagon, because hexagon is 3 sides, pentagon is 5 sides, and triangle is 3 sides. If you are not careful, you will choose hexagon, but hexagon is 6 and heptagon is 7. Take note. Find the true set of the inequality. This topic 2 is under inequality. So we have this question 45. So you group like 2t minus 4t less than -5 minus 5. So -2t is less than -10. You divide through by -2. So this will cancel this. 2 goes here, 1, 2 goes here, 5. We have t is less than 5. But the symbol will change because the coefficient is negative. So it becomes t is greater than 5. The answer is B. Always if the coefficient is negative, the coefficient of the variable is negative, the symbol will change. If it's greater than or equal to, it changes to less than or equal to. Calculate 83 times 98, giving the answer in standard form. So now, if you multiply this by this, you will get 8134. To change this to standard form, you count your decimal place. So 1, 2, 3. So we have 8.134 times 10 raised to the power 3. Always, if you are counting to the left hand side, the power is positive. So we have C. 47. Simplify 3 root 500 minus 2 root 125. This is under 7. So 3 root 500 minus 2 root 125. So you find two numbers in which you multiply, you get 500, but one should be a perfect square. So we have 100 times 5 minus 2, 25 times 5. So 3, this is the same as root 10 times root 5 minus 2, root 25 times root 5. We have 3 root 100 is 10, so root 5 minus 2. So this is 5 root 5. So 3 times 10 is 30 root 5 minus 10 root 5. So 30 minus 10 we have 20 root 5. Our answer is B. So you see, it's not difficult. 48. A number is selected at random from the set S is equal to 1, 2, 3, ... 15. This means there are numbers within. What is the probability that the number is even? So now we will get even numbers from this set. The even numbers from the set, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And we know probability. The formula is number of events over number of sample space. What is the number of events? Let's count the even numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 over. The total numbers, they are 15. So it's 7 over 15. The answer is A. 49. Find the true set of the equation. This is linear equation. So we have x over 3 minus x over 5 equal to 4. So whenever there is a fraction, you find your LCM, and the LCM is 15. So you multiply through by your LCM. So times 15 equal to So 5, 1, 3. So 5 times x is 5x minus 3 times x, we have 3x equal to 15 times 4 is 60. So this from this we have 2x is equal to 60. So you divide 2 by 2, we have x is equal to what? 30. So this is the truth set. Truth set, they are always in brackets. The answer is D. 50. A number that is divisible by 2 is called, it is even number, B. Because prime numbers has 2 factors, odd numbers is not divisible by. My noble students, this brings us to the end of today's lesson, and I believe you've really enjoyed my lesson on these questions. Please and please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, the channel's name is still Learn Maths with Castro. Please use this time to subscribe and turn your YouTube notification on, so that whenever I upload my content, you get a notification. Thank you and have a nice day.